It is a bright sunny day for Blood Bowl. DDS here with round 6. Two massive Orc teams going at each other, both low 2200s. Now I was down by about 10, 11k, something along those lines. So I actually bought a wizard with my own money. Because if I win this game, I would win my Premier title. If I lost or drew, it still could be anyone. So it's just flipped here to nice weather. So you'll see here he's got his card. You see here that I don't have anything. So I win the toss, I elect to go, and I start off by badly hurting one of his players. No one too special, but you know, you can't knock a start like that. So it was a fairly decent kick for me. And I start here just by caging up and driving the ball slowly forward. Now, this type of setup of straight across the line, I don't really do that as much anymore because I've been bitten by some pretty poor kicking. But when it's two Orc teams, the risks are pretty minimal. Now, interesting thing about his Orc side is that he has three bonuses to strength and one bonus to agility, and I have three bonuses to agility and one bonus to strength. Though my main ball carrier has the strength and agility you can see there. You know, from playing each other, it was pretty apparent to both of us that, you know, my boosts were better. You were certainly better off having those extra agility. So there I go. I've slowly, pressed down, and you know, he's trying to crack that cage. You know, I've got a lot of guard. He's a bit stronger than I am with all that strength. So it's pretty even tussle. You know, we're making our way down the pitch. Not a great deal is happening. As you can see, I've got two players off. He's got one off. It kind of starts up a chain reaction. Quite a few times he will get someone off, and then almost instantly the next turn I get someone off. So I'm basically one up nearly the entire turn. But once again, this is not much more than a very slow, very deliberate blocking battle. I really like here that I get one troll holding up two quite good black orcs for a couple of turns. You know, that sort of payoff is quite good. There you go, wham, he just knocks out my troll. And, you know, soon enough I knock out one of his players. Like I said, so then it goes to, I'm still one up. Yeah, look, slowly push down, and look, he doesn't do a bad job defending it. It's, you know, what can I say when I've got that kind of player, even though he's got a tackle zone on him, that person flipped, I was still able to score easily enough. Now that puts me one up. Now he's going to try and score here, obviously, to level it and run out and win 2-1. And he's got an enormously good thrower, you know, an elf thrower with a plus agility, accurate and strong arm and the likes. So he runs two down there. This isn't too hard to defend. However, I have to use a reroll on a block. Then I fail a reroll here, so I can't even get anyone up here to stop it. Now that allows him a very easy pass. Well, I shouldn't say easy pass. I mean, I think that's no, it is a 2+, 2+ with all these bonuses and a 3+ catch. He though has no rerolls left. So apart from the fact he catches the ball, the poor bloke manages to roll a 1 for the sole going for it that he has, and niggles himself. So yeah, pretty fortunate there. I mean, any successful premiership run's gonna have a lot of wins. Sorry, a lot of wins, a lot of luck. So off we go again. He's now receiving the ball. Now, like I said, if my memory is that a draw kind of meant I'd have to win next game. And I was playing up against a very beefy Nurgle side, a lot of claw poms. So I really didn't want that, because I think if I drew twice, even then I would lose. I really needed a win. So yeah, I was pretty keen for it. Here we go. So he has a much more sensible kind of deeper setup than me. Of course, he does have that thrower, which really would allow him a far more offensive setup, knowing that he can get the ball out of anywhere, whereas I can't really do that. I'm an Orc side. I've never taken throwers. I don't believe they belong on an Orc team. Orcs are no business throwing. and you're better off having a blitzer with sure hands carry the ball than someone with 5 movement and armor value of 8. So yeah, I slowly push back, and I'm not following up here because I'm is a stronger side than me on my usual guard and stand firm, though quite useful on the lines. Not that great against someone with those 3 strength boosts, so I'm just simply trying to occupy as many turns as I can and make him work for it. So I think he made, as soon as I saw this, I thought he made a critical mistake. Keeping in mind, it doesn't show up in the replay, so I have a wizard, and I have this agility 4 fellow hanging around here. So I knew straight away what I was going to do. I was going to hope for a lot of 4+s to get the damn players down, and boom, off goes the fireball, and it actually turns to be a pretty successful one. I knock 3 of the 4 of them down, including the ball carrier, and get a relatively favourable bounce. Look, off I go. So I'm pretty confident here. All I got to do is pick up the ball, not really roll too many terrible things. I take a 4+ bonehead then, just so I can, try and get everything into position. 4+ guy picks it up, goes back. I roll a 1 there. I think I'm going for it. No, I don't. Yes, I did. But anyway, sapped a re-roll. So, but look, look where all these players are. Look where I am. I'm super stoked. I'm pretty convinced I'm going to win. I'm just reiterating this because I think my opponent pulls off one hell of a defensive manoeuvre. I shouldn't even say one manoeuvre, but a couple of turns. Even now, you would look at me and say there's absolutely nothing stopping me scoring. He doesn't get any great rolls. He's not knocking, gets some people down, fails a dodge roll. He's not knocking people out or anything. Nevertheless, I've got all these people free. Move up here, taking 5 squares up. He can't blitz to me. Once again, you would look at that and think I was pretty stoked. Get a wrestle down there, so from this turn, keep it in mind, he goes for it and uses a Frenzia to nail me down here, moves a player here, ties up this guy with another go for it, makes a couple of very successful dodge rolls there, I suppose, though he is agility 4, and look at that, that is not a favourable place for me. So I've gone from instantly sure I've won the Premier title to absolutely packing my dacks. And I know that there's really not a lot I can do here but just rely on some really lucky rolls. That being said, all these agility, there's almost all Black Hawks in the front court. A lot of my players are back, so when I lose the ball, I've still got a fairly good chance to defend and try and run out a 1-0 victory. There's no point stalling up here. He's got me surrounded, so I am going to go for it. So first thing I do is make the safe rolls first. Try and get some people free so I can mark up. I know I may lose the ball here, so I don't move him out. I try to put people in many tackle zones as possible. So I go a 2 block die uphill here, and I roll a double pushback, and I actually re-roll it. I don't really know why I would have done that. No, I didn't re-roll it. It must have been these replays can sometimes be confusing. So I get a double both down. Oh, that's right. I was absolutely dying for a pushback, of course, because I push him back, all my dodges become a lot easier. I'm basically making 1 3+ roll. Right, he does not have sidestep. Sorry, I thought that character had sidestep. So it actually wasn't too bad of an effort. However, when I rolled the double both down, did not look very good for me. But I am able to make a 4+ dodge roll, another 4+ dodge roll, and a 2+ dodge roll. Actually, that should be 3+, 3+, and 2+. But in any event, I have scored, and 2-0. And at this point in time, I am celebrating because I have won my first Premiership title, and my only Premiership title. I shouldn't say first, like I've won many. Yep, there you go. I guess the rest of the half's more or less mundane. He goes for a last-ditch effort to try and get it to be 2-0, and he's unable to do so. Does a pretty good job of it, actually, but one of my all-time favourite skills that isn't taking enough diving tackle manages to get the ball carrier down there, and that's that. A 2-0 victory to me, and this is DDS signing off. And just remember, the guard conquers all.